Whereas man like Klitschko will be busting me up in that ring.
To be a great fighter, you have to do great things.
This is a fight that can change from champion to legend overnight.
Ultimate goal, yeah, is to walk out that night of the fight and know you put in 100%. You put in 100% every minute of the day, or every other minute of the day, because no one's perfect. Every other minute of the day, you try to give your all to your craft.
Awesome, man.
Respect, bro.
Great work.
Appreciate it.
Great work. That was good.
We're going to train again.
Anthony Joshua begins the last day of his training camp, the final checkpoint before stepping into the ring against Jake Paul. The hard work is already done. No heavy sparring, no pushing limits, just fine-tuning, focus, and reflection. Joshua moves with a calm intensity, shadowboxing slowly and listening closely to his trainers, conserving his energy. This is not about hyper headlines anymore. It's about discipline, experience, and the moment where weeks of preparation are reduced to a single night in the ring.
There is no hard part about being a professional boxer. It's a blessing. And if I wasn't a professional boxer, it'd be a blessing as well. As I said, wealth comes in character. It's not about status. There's no big difference to what I do that determines who I am. It's just boxing is a blessing because I do it for passion, not for occupation.
Do you know what it is on that ring walk? There's no turning back. There's no if I was that nervous, I think I would dodge a fight. I wouldn't bother training, and like for like 3 months it'll be on my mind and stuff. If I was that nervous, I probably just wouldn't do it. So yeah, on the walkout, it's like, it is what it is now. No turning back.
By mid-morning, the routine unfolds with quiet precision. A light jog around the gym floor, stretching bands pulled and released, joints warmed rather than tested. There's no frantic energy, no anxious pacing, just the quiet weight of a man fully aware of what tomorrow demands. In this final stretch before the Judgment Day, every breath feels deliberate. Every step carries meaning. This moment isn't about exertion anymore. It's about mindset, legacy, and the story that's about to unfold under the lights in Miami.
For battle, I feel like I'm getting stronger, and I feel by the time the fight comes, I'll be at peak performance.
So being out here in the States, I can really see a change in Josh. Like, his mindset is one thing that, you know, being out here, it's like so tunnel vision. It's like every single day is geared towards something in camp. So everyone back home will be like, oh, so what did you do on Thursday? You had the day off? And it's like, it's a day off, but it's a day off to get ready for the day on.
Damn. Fucking hell. Fuck. So there we have it. Back on my feet. I got through the pain of the blister.
In the boxing world, Joshua's name carried heavyweight, Olympic gold medalist, towering at 6'6", with a professional record boasting 28 wins and 25 knockouts, a resume littered with elite opposition and championship nights. He had seen the pinnacle and the depths, having endured a career-defining loss at the hands of Daniel Dubois in 2024 and taken nearly a year away to reset his life and mindset.
His body's really started adapting into the positions and stuff, and for a big man like this, man, like this is great.
But his background, your background is gymnastics?
Gymnastics, yeah. I've been coaching 45 years. People just like, especially like boxing, well, they need to be a little tight for aggressiveness and come back and all. Yeah. But, you know, but flexibility give you longevity. You know, like, you know, more flexible, more mobile, more range of motion you have, your career can be much longer. And one, it's a prevention for injury.
Standing across from him would be Jake Paul, a man whose path to this moment was unorthodox. winding through vlogs, viral feuds, and a boxing journey whose legitimacy was debated at every turn. Paul's record of 12-1, with 7 stoppages, included wins over names that raised eyebrows and questions in equal measure. But this was different. This wasn't Tommy Fury or an MMA crossover. This was heavyweight boxing, 8 rounds under Queensberry rules, with 10-ounce gloves and a spotlight that would stream live globally on Netflix.
I'm just focused on myself. I'm confident in myself. Jake could be 10th, I'm confident in myself. That's what I'm saying. It's not about how he is. I just really like, I've got a good team. I've been through ups and downs. I've stood the test of time. I'm passionate, I'm hungry, and I'm still here ready to fight my heart out. So.
What a jolly lad he is, you know? Just a bubbly guy. Bubbly guy. Gotta love him, bro. Gotta love him, but he's gonna fucking die. Look at this, bro. I'm always training. 150 pounds, dog. Easy work. 40,000 reps a day. Look at the forearm size. It's at least a couple inches, dog.
Do you have an iced coffee brought to you by anybody?
Nope.
Did you practice? Did you learn how to breathe again today?
It was pretty normal morning.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Not many people get these opportunities and to live this life, and I feel guided by God through this camp and through this process and making this decision to fight a very, very difficult challenge. God has removed, you know, the fear that would like normally be there. So I feel good, and I'm excited for fight week. This fight for me is way more exciting than Gervonta, and I think because it's more exciting for the fans and because of the fact that it's a harder challenge for me. People had a lot of excuses against Gervonta and, oh, it's a smaller guy, blah, 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 the weight difference, and now I flip-flop the roles. Everyone thinks I'm gonna die, and they don't know what I'm capable of. And so being the underdog and being able to go in there and showcase what I'm gonna do to Anthony is more exciting for me, and I think more exciting for the fans.
Jake Paul has leaned into one of his most consistent themes, claiming that he's ready for the challenge and that the boxing world has underestimated him at every turn. Paul, who rose to prominence outside traditional boxing through YouTube and social media, has repeatedly stated that he likes taking on the biggest challenges available, even when critics doubt his chances. In interviews tied to the fight buildup, Paul has emphasized that he stands by his earlier claims of being willing to fight anyone, anytime, anywhere, insisting that many believed this matchup with one of boxing's most accomplished heavyweights would never happen.
According to FanDuel, you're coming into this fight as the underdog.
Yeah, you know, that's to be, assumed, right? This is
like,
a
it's
Olympic
pretty much
gold
expected,
medalist over
right.
here, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. But I've been an underdog my whole life, man. I've had to fight for everything that I've gotten, earned my position all the time, and I've honestly had some of my best performances coming in as an underdog, and I don't really look at the betting lines and all, who's this favorite, who's that, because to me, none of that matters. I know what I'm capable of and the work that I've put in.
Anthony, I'm assuming you never had to make weight.
Never had to
make weight.
Never.
So I seen when they said that you came in, you're training hard. I actually seen you said that you're faster, you're stronger, and why didn't you do this way before? Do you feel better coming in at 245 than ever?
I do. I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I feel happy that this task was put upon me because I wouldn't have pushed myself to get to a certain weight. I would have just been doing what I do usually.
Right.
And I feel really good. So I think it was a blessing in disguise.
Think you lined them up? Think that was very smart of y'all to get him down to 245?
Yeah, no, I don't agree with the decision or on his behalf, you know, like he's taking away his best thing against me, which is his power. And we've seen him when he's a little bit lighter and there's just not as much thump on the punches, and I think that's probably the best thing he could have had is that extra oomph in those punches. But it's his game plan, whatever he wants. But to me, the weight doesn't matter. The weight's not going to make a difference. It's going to be the skills that win this fight, and I believe my skills are better than his, which is a crazy thing to say, but he's a very basic fighter, and he's gotten to where he's at because of the size and because of the power. So the skills are what's going to win this fight, and he's seen that with Usyk when he fought him, and so I believe it's going to be very similar to that.
For Anthony Joshua, the showdown with Jake Paul hasn't simply been another date circled on the calendar. It's become a blessing in disguise that's reshaped the narrative of his career's current chapter. When Team Paul insisted on a weight limit for the bout, Joshua embraced the challenge, cutting down to 243.8 pounds and explaining that the transformation has actually made him feel stronger and faster, something he might not have pursued without this particular matchup. That unexpected change has given him renewed confidence and a sense of opportunity rather than inconvenience.
I'm assuming you never had to make weight.
Never had to
Never
make
had
weight.
to make weight.
Never.
So I seen when they said that you came in, you're training hard. I actually seen you said that you're faster, you're stronger, and why didn't you do this way before? Do you feel better coming in at 245 than ever?
I do. I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm blessed. I feel happy that this task was put upon me because I wouldn't have pushed myself to get to a certain weight. I would have just been doing what I do usually.
Right.
And I feel really good. So I think it was a blessing in disguise.
You think you lined them up? Think that was very smart of y'all to get him down to 245?
Yeah, no, I don't agree with the decision or on his behalf, you know, like he's taking away his best thing against me, which is his power. And we've seen him when he's a little bit lighter and there's just not as much thump on the punches, and I think that's probably the best thing he could have had is that extra oomph in those punches. But it's his game plan, whatever he wants. But to me, the weight doesn't matter. The weight's not going to make a difference. It's going to be the skills that win this fight, and I believe my skills are better than his, which is a crazy thing to say, but he's a very basic fighter, and he's gotten to where he's at because of the size and because of the power.
Meanwhile, to tackle this unique challenge, Joshua didn't just step back into his old routines. He switched his training team, opting to work with members of Alexander Usyk's coaching group, a squad known for honing one of the most elusive and technically gifted heavyweights of this generation. Joshua openly acknowledged that training away from London provided him with fewer distractions and fresh perspectives, allowing him to lean into the wisdom of a team that has thrived at the highest level.
Why do you want to help Anthony Joshua?
Why Anthony Joshua? I think it's answer only for God, because Anthony very have, you know, I think education, like a kind of guy. We speak with Anthony, message. Now we speak on the phone, yeah, not Instagram, but I have a number, Anthony have number. For example, we drive in a car. He called me, hey champ, hello, how are you? Blah 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 blah. We joking, hey, good luck training, because I see this guy in the gym. My team, hey, Alex, hello, hey brother. Good training. It's guy. I like this guy because this is guy smart. I think this guy have very big heart. And
very love boxing. Yes, people think you will make him fight like you.
Paul's camp, too, understood what was at stake. This was not just another headline fight, it was a chance to legitimize his ascent. He spoke confidently of strategy, using speed, angles, and movement to neutralize one of boxing's heaviest hitters, the kind of tactics that would make pundits debate overnight. But the stakes were real, not theoretical. This fight carries unusual stipulations for a heavyweight bout. Joshua agreed to a weight limit of 245 pounds for the weigh-in, something he's never done in his professional career. Typically weighing in above that mark, the new restriction is designed to narrow the size gap between him and Paul, an intriguing tactical twist negotiated by Paul's camp. Joshua accepted it, insisting he is comfortable and feels sharp even while adjusting his weight and conditioning to meet the requirement.
Jake Paul, you've lost your mind if you think you can go toe-to-toe with Anthony Joshua. Listen, let's not get confused, guys. Let's not get confused. Yes, cool. Anthony, he took a big L with Daniel Dubois. But Daniel Dubois is not no joke, bro. He's not a joke. You know what I'm trying to say? He took a L there. But Jake Paul, I got the utmost respect of what he's done, how he's managed to navigate through the boxing world. Like, bro, it's so mad. And I can see this is like a 90%. It's happening, it's positioning, it's marketing already. Like, why would you see Jake Paul go face-to-face with Alexander Usyk if it's not to position for a fight for Saudi. Obviously, Jake Paul's going to fight Anthony Joshua. There's possibly going to be a Usyk against Tyson Fury 3 because obviously the last two were so close. But you never know. It can also be a Usyk against Derek Chisora. Do you know what I mean? You never.
Critics have been outspoken. Some boxing purists have likened the pairing to notorious mismatches of the past, questioning whether this bout helps or hinders the sport's credibility. Others view it through the lens of business, calling it a spectacle, a commercial event, or simply the modern evolution of boxing's relationship with pop culture. Joshua has made it clear that he's approaching the bout with Jake Paul with full professionalism, training as seriously as he would for any elite opponent, even though Paul's path to boxing began on YouTube and not in traditional amateur ranks. Joshua has immersed himself in rigorous preparation, opting to work with top-tier coaches, a move he described as challenging and instrumental in sharpening his skills for December 19th. He's not underestimating Paul's commitment, openly stating that you can't underestimate anyone stepping into the ring, and that his focus is on exploiting Paul's weaknesses with discipline and tactical precision.
Massive things on Netflix. We looked at the numbers that which Jake Paul had against Mike Tyson on Netflix. Record-breaking numbers here.
And another great night for women's boxing because of that, yeah.
Absolutely. Another great night for women's boxing. And Turki Al-Sheikh, who's looking to transform the sport in so many ways, bring new eyeballs to it, may see something there and go, Netflix, younger generation, that's what we're trying to capture here. Could we do something with them as well? So there's interesting times here that he's shown an interest now in Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. He's saying, yeah, I want to make it. Why not? Why not? It's a huge fight. And there's some sense in what he's saying now.
There's plenty of answers to why not, by the way.
Listen, yeah, there's a one-sided fight, but we live in the world of entertainment now, right? That's what's happening here. You know, like Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. All right, let me rephrase this. And for you guys that are driving along at the moment, listening in your cars, or if you're working wherever you are and you've got us on the radio, let me ask you this question. Do you want to see Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua? I've known a load of you now are shouting at the radios, or if you're watching us on YouTube, shouting at the tellies, saying, no, of course, we don't want to see that. Well, answer me this. Will you watch it? I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Listen, we're going to talk some more about this, but last week, Gareth A. Davis was ringside with the stars of boxing, and he grabbed a word with the problem child, Jake Paul. Here's what he had to say about that potential fight with AJ.
I'll put some meat on the bones of you and Anthony Joshua. Is it happening or not?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I want it to happen here. All the odds stacked against me. I believe that I will beat him and shock the world and create one of the biggest upsets in boxing history.
Tyson Fury was saying he put $1 million on you beating Anthony Joshua.
I seen that. He's backing me. He's a smart lad.
But how do you love the atmosphere here? Wembley's brilliant. We'd love to see you fight here, by the way.
And I love it. Like, the UK fans really love boxing even more than American fans. So I'm going around the pubs, talking to all the people, asking them about how they think about the fight. I just love that.
Joshua took a moment amid the buzz of Judgment Day preparations to give media and fans a personal tour of his boxing gym setup for training, a space he's leaned on as the final home stretch before facing Jake Paul. Walking through the heavy bag area, ring corners, and shadow boxing zones, AJ talked openly about what this fight means to him. Not just another bout, but a chance to redefine the heavyweight era and meet a cultural moment head-on. With trophies displayed and training routines sketched on whiteboards, he explained how the gym keeps him grounded, focused, and mentally sharp as he prepares to step into the biggest spectacle of his career.
So this is it. This is my baby, this is boxing. My first love, come through. This is where the hard work's gonna go down for the next 3 weeks. So we come in, kind of bring this place to life. If you think about it, it's just like an empty warehouse. But that's what I love about boxing. You need a ring, some weights, and then it's up to the boxers to kind of bring the character in. So if I was here for longer, I would have brought some of the great fighters, pictures down here and so on. But we've got Anthony Joshua 258 AJBXNG training camp. That's a classic. That's on our classic t-shirts. You'll be seeing it on the website real soon. Lions Den. Drake turned the 02 into the 03. We call the 02 the Lions Den. Let me take you over here
To be honest, this geezer here, the guy who done the graffiti, he done it himself. I let him off with that one. Some nice artwork, permanent vacation. Here we have the little S&C room. No bench press or none of that. I'm not really into doing upper body weights. Squat rack, deadlift rack, big boy weights, trap bar, do you know what I mean? Straight gutter. Weight floor, so you can kind of drop the weights and have no issues. Spin bike. I do about 20 minutes on this bike as well after training, so that's good. Kind of get the legs going, flush out the system. The rower, pain. That is pain. Come through. So yeah, look at the space. I forgot to show you this actually, of all things.
For Joshua, the fight presented more than a paycheck. The bout came with a reported purse in the 9-figure realm, millions guaranteed for both fighters. But beyond money, it was about legacy and relevance. A win could silence critics who questioned his place in the modern heavyweight hierarchy. A loss, especially to a crossover phenomenon, could redefine the final act of a storied career.
Everyone says they want to be a world champ, but people are not willing to do what it takes to become a world champ. And even in this gym, it's like you're put through the test because, I mean, it's one thing to say you want to hang out with champs and hang out with other fighters, another thing to be able to endure the workout and endure the work, so it's a big thing. He's been pushing himself. He's asking me, what can I do more? How can I be better? How can I build my fitness more? And that's really a sign of a great individual and a great champion, someone who really wants to be better. And he's working, he's doing it, and it's 100-degree heat.
There is a saying, I would say, there's a saying that a happy fighter makes a dangerous fighter, in the sense that if you put them in the right environment and their brain is receptive of what they're being taught, they're going to be more in tune with what they're going through. So I'm actually like, give me more, give me more, give me more.
That's his mindset in everything he does, whether it's training, whether it's work, whether it's helping other people.
With Anthony Joshua calling this fight a major moment in his career and Jake Paul insisting he's ready to shock the world, we want to hear your take. Do you think AJ will dominate, or could Paul pull off the upset? Drop your prediction in the comments.